I'm Supervisor Jay Schneiderman, town of Southampton, and we have a nice crowd gathered here at Mashut Beach today. Councilwoman Cindy McNamara to my left, Councilman Rick Martell to my right, and between us, our police chief, Jim Kiernan, is here, James Kiernan, and we're here to sort of kick off the summer. We're only a few days before Memorial Day weekend, and we do want everybody to have a great summer and have fun and recreate. And we have great attractions like Shinnecock Bay right behind me. But we also know that we have to be mindful of the effects of intoxicants and drugs and things like that that can affect our abilities. And so we want everybody to have an enjoyable summer, but we also want everybody to have a safe summer. And we're going to actually have a demonstration here today as well, but I want to point out some of the other people who are here. We have some representatives from our Behavioral Health Committee, which has a new name, but it started out as our Addiction and Recovery Task Force. Kim Laube from HUGS is here, and Drew Scott is here as well. We also have from our Parks Department, our Director of Parks, Kristen Doulos, is here as well. We have a number of people from our Bay Constables office and from our Police Department. So I'm going to turn things over to our Police Chief, James Kiernan, to take it from here.
Thank you, Supervisor. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say a couple of things about safety this summer. First of all, Southampton Town is a wonderful place to live. It's a wonderful place to do business, and it's a great place to have fun. And we encourage everyone to come here and enjoy this beautiful place on earth. But safety is everybody's business. Safety is all of our responsibility. It's not just the police department, it's everybody's responsibility. I want to talk a little bit about safety, boating safety. We're now required to have a boating class, right? And so you can go online, and there are free boating safety classes where you can take it on different websites and get your boating license and learn about boating safety and be compliant with that requirement now. There's also I'd like to say that this is the first summer, right, that the consumption of marijuana is legal for people that are 21 years old. And I want to say something about that, because it's important that everybody be mindful that if you're going to consume marijuana and you're 21 years old and you're going to consume marijuana, remember, you can't drive and consume marijuana. Remember, you cannot have marijuana in your car and consume marijuana in your car. You can't consume marijuana in your car at all. And our police department is specially trained now to detect whether people are of course drunk driving or driving under the influence of drugs such as THC. So be very careful. And I want to send a special warning out to those folks who for the first time maybe deciding to try marijuana because it's now legal, or maybe you smoked marijuana in college, and you want to say, well, now it's legal, I'm going to try this again. Be very, very careful. The potency is very different, and be very careful of what you're putting into your body, because it could be very dangerous. So just be careful about the consumption of marijuana now. What we want to do is we want to show you our Bay Constables, our Harbor Masters, have the ability now to use drones to help people that are in distress. Maybe a kayaker fell out of their kayak and a swimmer may be distressed. So what we want to do is show you what we would do in a case where we needed to reach somebody and use our drone program to help somebody, a distressed swimmer. Right now, you might be able to see we have a swimmer going out. He is an actor. He's one of our Marine Patrol people, and he actually is our best swimmer. He's an ocean rescue swimmer, and he is now going to play our distressed swimmer. So what we're going to do now is deploy a drone, and we are going to send out a life safety device to him, a personal flotation device to him. Oh, sure.
Stay calm. Help is on the way. Pertenece al Departamento de Policía de Southampton. Quédese calmado. Ya llega ayuda.
So now that this drone will be able to try to relax the person, give them some direction, hey, help is on the way, and speak to them. Where they wouldn't be able to hear us from shore, now they'll be able to, they'll know that somebody knows that they're in distress and somebody is going to help them. Now, while that drone is communicating with the distressed swimmer, we're going to send out a larger drone that's going to send them out a device that can help them with flotation. Now, it's pretty windy out, and our pilots are experts to navigate this wind, and they're going to deploy the device.
You'll be able to see what the drone sees right on this TV. You see that swimmer inside? You see exactly what the drone sees there.
So the pilot is trying to navigate the wind, and they deployed the device, and now it's inflating automatically. As you can see, it's inflating automatically, and the swimmer is now has a flotation device and is giving us a signal that he is okay. And now the Bay Constables all along would have been responding with their vessels. And now that we have the swimmer safe and floating on top of the water, the Bay Constable will come up and we have technology now that helps with boating safety. We have technology that helps with criminal investigations, but it all comes back down to everybody's responsibility. Everybody's responsible for safety, and everybody needs to keep in mind.
That's great that they were able to do that in this wind. It's just whipping.
Yeah, they dropped it right to him.
We want to give some other people a chance to say a few words. I'd like to offer the microphone, which doesn't amplify anything but is recording, to some of the town council who took the time out to be here this morning. So we'll start with Cindy McNamara, Councilwoman.
Just to reiterate what the chief said, always have safety forefront in your mind. We want everybody to have a good time, but we also want you to go home safe at the end of the day. So really just think about your actions and how they will affect other people, and even the first responders that would have to come and help if, God forbid, something did happen. So stay safe, stay smart.
So I know that we all know this, but it's obvious that the best way to keep ourselves safe is the education involved. Make sure you know before you go out what a flag means at the ocean, what the different flags mean, what the fin of a mammal in the water is. Make sure you know the instructions the lifeguards are going to give you. Make sure if you go to one of our parks, you understand the tick population is here and how to check and what to do and what to wear. What we do before we enjoy ourselves on any given day is just as important as these fine men and women protecting us after. So please do your due diligence and make sure you educate yourself, and we can all have a great summer. I, for one, am looking forward to it. So thank you.
I want to invite Kim Laube from Hugs here. I also want to remind you too, because a lot of people do enjoy our parks and our beaches. Chief Kiernan mentioned before that recreational marijuana is legal, but in the town of Southampton we do have a local law that prohibits the smoking of marijuana or cigarettes at our lifeguarded beaches and in many of our parks as well. And with that, let me introduce Kim Laube from Hugs.
Well, thank you everybody for the opportunity. If the drone could stop the wind so our hair doesn't blow, that would be fabulous. My name is Kim Laube, and we are getting ready to open into our busiest season in Southampton town, which includes so much tourism, and we love and enjoy our beaches and our parks, and it is a fabulous place to live and to work. But we're also getting ready to go into the 100 deadliest days of the year, and that is between Memorial Day and Labor Day, especially for our youth. And so we want to make sure that we're mindful of ways to keep our youth safe. When we work with youth, and we just spent the weekend on Shelter Island with 130 of them from all over Southampton town, and one of the two places they identified that they picked up their first drink happened to be at a park or a beach, unsupervised, after hours. And so it really becomes important that we as adults make sure we protect our most natural resources, and that are our waterways and our youth. And so let's be mindful as we have backyard parties and backyard barbecues that we separate our coolers, that the drinks over 21, which very much look like drinks for under 21, let's keep separate coolers. Let's be mindful of the fact that our 8th graders, when 8th graders report a level of use that is 1/3 of what our 10th graders report, but what those 10th graders report was that they first picked up their first drink or their drug in the summer of their year going into 9th grade. So let's use the data, let's use the tools, let's use the support system and the resources we have all around us to keep our kids and our community safe. Thanks so much for the demonstration today and the opportunity to talk about this.
So, and remember, our police departments, our Bay Constables, they're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we just saw a demonstration using technology. There's a lot of training involved. I want to give these guys a round of applause. I thought they did a great job with that. So, Chief, you want to close this up?
Thank you very much for coming this morning, and I wish everybody the best, most fun summer you can have and the safest summer you can have. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Chief.